Welcome and thanks for joining me right here on the channel. The solution is you. I really do hope that each of you are having a wonderful week. I do appreciate you anytime that you decide to stop by the channel. If you enjoy the content, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. With that, let me go ahead and get into today's subject. Now, the topic of today: four experiences that makes you want to just shake your head. Now, most times when we are traveling or we are going about our day, maybe you're inside of the store or you're just walking down the street or you're just getting out to make a quick purchase, there's always one or two things that you see that really just makes you wonder what people are thinking and what caused them to make the decision that they made. And a lot of times we can do nothing but just shake our head at some of the things that we see out here. So I want to go ahead and just go over at least just four things or experiences that makes you want to just shake your head. So number one is the holiday haggler. So usually this is a person that's within your family, and usually within family there should be a great deal of love and sympathy that surrounds the ups and downs that take place within family. And usually, if you haven't seen a family member in a while, you would expect to catch up on old times and that there's like a genuine interest in the things that you've done or accomplished within the time that you have not seen this particular individual. But in family, too often, there are those who only focus on what they can get out of you. So let's say around the holidays, usually around the holidays such as Christmas, or if there's like a birthday that's coming up, there's always that one family member that is looking to get something out of you. So they are continuing to remind you throughout the year that their birthday is coming up. And you could be in a normal conversation. Maybe you're just talking about something that you have coming up, or something that you're going to be accomplishing here within the next couple of weeks or so. And then the relative just out of nowhere says something like, "Look, I know you haven't forgot, but I'm open to anything you want to get me on my birthday." Or they may say something like, "I don't want to rush you or anything, but I know you're working on getting me something. Just take your time. Anything you're willing to give me, I'll be okay with it." Now, how many of you have family members like this? Every time you see them, it's around the holidays, or maybe they have a birthday coming up. And each time you go over to visit, when you look into their eyes, you can see green. They're looking at you as a meal ticket, as the person who's going to supply whatever they need for their birthday. And a lot of times, this is somebody that is older in your family, could be an uncle or maybe one of the grandparents, but they have no true interest in you. So it could be a in-law. So they have no true, genuine interest in you. It's just all about them and what they can get. So each time you come over, they may say two or three things as soon as they see you, and then it's right to the money. "Well, you know I have a birthday coming up. What you have for me?" So sometimes you encounter this situation so much that you anticipate what's going to happen. So when you go over for one of these get-togethers, let's say you're having a barbecue or something, you decide that you're not going to even go right into the house. So you try to stay low, and you maybe you're fellowshipping out in the front yard. Maybe you got your beer and you got your back turned towards the house. And this particular relative just walks up and finds you out of nowhere. "Hey, that's my nephew right there. What's going on? You still out at the warehouse? Hey, let me holler at you right quick." So when you're dealing with family around the holidays or birthdays, they can do things that can definitely make you want to just shake your head. Now, number two, the oblivious cashier. Now, when I'm spending my money anywhere, I'd like some great customer service, and I'm sure there's a lot of you who feel the same. But I know that there are a lot of you also who could not care less. So, have you ever been in the store and maybe you're at one of the largest department stores and you're doing some shopping and you're taking your time, you're looking at the prices and the prices are higher than what you would like to pay for a particular product. And you take a lot of time in the store because you're trying to do some product comparisons and you have your cart full of items and now you're headed over to checkout. You don't want to go through the self checkout because sometimes that could cause some issues, going through self checkout and you have a lot of items in your cart. So you decide to go to the cashier that's open. And how many times have you went through the cashier's line and you're putting all your items on the conveyor belt and you have them all loaded up and the cashier is ringing up each item and placing each item in the bag and she's down to the last item and you're looking at the price of all the things that you've just purchased on the register and now you're paying for the items with your debit or your credit card. And throughout this entire transaction, the cashier hasn't said a single word to you. Now, how many of you have experienced this? So I ask the question, why even have a cashier if there's no interaction? Wouldn't this be the same as going through self-checkout? And this happens a lot. And it doesn't matter where you go. I mean, this seems to happen quite often, where you have a great number of cashiers that are just checking your stuff out. Sometimes they're not even looking at you. And if they do look up at you, they're looking right through you as if you don't exist. So, that ticks me off because I'm a big customer service person. I have a lot of experience dealing with people. And if you don't have anything else, you need to have great personal skills and the hello, how are you doing? How was your day? Did you enjoy shopping at our location? How many times have a cashier or someone who's representing the place where you're shopping has asked you, did you enjoy the place where you shop? So this is a big one. This is one of these things that definitely make you want to shake your head because how can someone be at a place for hours upon hours on the day, interact with so many people, and not give you the proper respect as you should deserve as a person who's coming in and spending the money that you've worked hard for. Number three, the cozy coworker. So I know many of you out there, regardless of if you're working in the office or you're working at home, it's all the same. And you have that coworker that's extremely nosy. So this is one that is extremely friendly. And so they are looking to see what you're doing or if you're away from your desk and they're keeping a watchful eye on you to see who you're talking to near the restrooms or how long you remained at the lunchroom. This is a person keeping tabs on your every move. Now, usually in the workplace, the person who would bring the most attention to themselves would be someone who is not doing a great job or someone who is not really focused on their work. They are basically causing trouble or they are coming in late, or this is someone who continues to make mistakes. Usually, this type of behavior will bring a lot of attention because managers and maybe other team members that are associated with getting a certain project done within a certain amount of time. Usually, your team members have no problem letting management know when you're not doing your share of the work. But when you are doing everything that you're supposed to, sometimes when you are handling business and you are doing everything that you need to do, you're earning your money, this itself draws a lot of attention from people who are extremely nosy. You may also have found that the person that is extremely nosy at your job is the person who is always offering you something. So they're bringing a little extra snack or something and offering it to you as a way to lower your defenses and maybe at some point ask you questions about your personal life or want to know how you handle certain tasks as quickly as you do, trying to get an edge or trying to understand how they can sabotage what you have going on. You have a lot of coworkers that do this. They will see you excelling at something and maybe you're getting a lot of shine and a lot of support with wherever you want to go within the company. Maybe you're up for a promotion or something, and this particular person will try to get in good with you and sabotage what you have. This is usually the person that is turning you in. And even if you're working from home, maybe you are have access to some special program, and now this program can be tracked. So maybe this is some type of a SharePoint site where you can go in as well as some of your other team members, and you have access to go in and see what each other's doing and where you're at so that you're not over tracking each other. And this is a way to efficiently work each day that you're working from home. And so you may have a coworker that is extremely nosy. So this person is tracking your every move within the SharePoint site. You have to be really careful about coworkers or individuals that are extremely friendly, that you have nothing in common with, but they are just wanting to get to know everything about you and wanting to know how you handle certain things. This is the person that is usually trying to sabotage what you have going on and secretly trying to follow what you're doing and trying to look for ways to report any mistakes or inconsistencies to the manager to say, hey, look at him. He's not perfect as we thought he was. You have to be very careful, and this type of behavior definitely makes you want to just shake your head, especially when it's happening often, several times out the day, throughout the week. Weeks turn into months. This person is following you around, reporting everything that you do, questioning everything that you're trying to accomplish. You have to be careful about people like this. And the fourth experience that makes you just want to shake your head, check in Charles. Now, a lot of us guys, we know at least one of our boys that is not as alpha as he should be. This is a guy that always seems to be in a situation with his woman. So you may be out at the club or you're going out just sitting out on the patio at one of your favorite food joints and enjoying some burgers and fries. And this is the guy that's always checking in with his woman. Maybe his woman has stepped out on him a few times and he's taken her back. So this is the guy that maybe he's furnishing everything for his woman, maybe bought her a car and make sure that her pockets are filled with cash. So every week he's giving her cash so she'll have in her pockets. And this could be a woman that's not working, or maybe she has a part-time job, just working a few hours every other day or something like that. And every time she needs something, she is calling him and he has no problem with furnish her with whatever she needs. So this is a guy who his woman has went out and has cheated on him a few times. So there was some nights that she didn't even come home. And he is so desperate to have her. Maybe she is a woman that is very fine and very fly, and she likes to wear the tight jeans and heels and the necklaces and rings on every finger. So when she goes out, she attracts a lot of attention. So he is just blessed to have a woman like this. So he's willing to do whatever. So anytime you go out with check-in Charles, he's always calling to make sure she's at home, because there's been a number of times where he has called and she didn't answer the phone. Have you ever had a boy like this? Always got to be texting on the phone. Now, usually guys don't text a lot. The only time you usually text if you got something popping off and you're trying to get directions to the woman's house, or maybe she is sending some pictures or something and you basically responding about how much you like the pictures, or something like that. But other than that, men, we usually don't do a lot of texting, unless maybe you haven't talked to your boy in a while, so you're just trying to see what's going on, or if it's your woman and she wants you to pick up something from the store, maybe you're just trying to get some exact answers as to what it is that she wants. But when we're out doing our thing, we're out and we're just chilling, we're not on our phones like that. But your homeboy is the one that he initiates the check-in. So as soon as you guys are out, 10 minutes in, he's checking in, and you're at the game and you just sat down. It's first quarter and we 10 minutes into the quarter, and he's checking in to see if she is at home. And if she doesn't respond, he's calling, so he has to walk away from the game and he has to give her a call. And he does this several times within the first quarter of the game. He's not going to give up until he gets some type of answer from her. So this is definitely one that will make anyone shake their head, knowing that a guy is that insecure about his relationship and that he's willing to take a woman back that has stepped out on him. I thank you for listening to me today. Please understand that the solution is you. With that, have a great day.